Hello again, friends. Patrick here. Welcome back to the second installment of our Zoo at Home Ask Me Anything response videos. We were so happy with how much you enjoyed last week's session and how many questions you sent us afterwards. In fact, there were so many responses that we had a lot of trouble narrowing down which trio we were going to tackle this week. But the ones we picked are fantastic, and I can't wait to share them with you. This week's starter router is from just down the road. Lucas from Hayward, California is curious whether bats eat anything other than fruits and bugs. So, of the over 1,000 different kinds of bats out there, most of them fall into one of those two categories that you mentioned, Lucas. Frugivorous bats love to eat fruit, like figs or mangoes or bananas. Insectivorous bats go bananas for things like moths and beetles and mosquitoes. Yum! But other kinds of bats snack on other kinds of things, like birds, frogs, lizards, fish, nectar, other bats, and even blood. But don't worry, these vampire bats don't like the taste of human blood, so we have nothing to worry about. And before I forget, make sure you check out the link in the caption below to Dr. Merlin Tuttle's website. He has been studying bats for decades and has so many beautiful pictures and videos to look through. You will fall in love. Make sure you check that out. This next question is totally my style. Damien from Jotnya, Guam wants to know what animals are closest to dragons. Let's get into it. So, dragons are known for breathing fire and corrosive acid, right? Well, no animals that I know of can do that, but the closest thing is probably the spitting cobras. They can launch a cytotoxic venom up to 6 feet away. Now, dragons are known for flying too, and their wings are usually large and leathery, like a bat's wings. Now, there are no reptiles that can truly fly, but the closest thing is probably the Draco lizards. They can glide really well. In fact, did you know that the word Draco is Latin for dragon? The rest of the dragon's body, from those short legs to those sharp claws, the powerful tail, the long, thin torso, that forked tongue, all those things remind me of monitor lizards, the largest of which is called a Komodo dragon. I'm pretty sure that there are monitor lizards that live on Guam, Damien, so you may have seen some dragons with your own eyes. Our third and final question is one that was on the minds of kids across the country, since so many of you seem to have pretty similar submissions. But the leader of the pack was Jade out of Rosendale, Missouri, wondering, where do you get your animals? Jade, thank you for asking this question. It's a really important one. Every animal in a zoo has its own origin story, and they tend to fall into one of three categories. You may find animals in zoos that are members of endangered species. Their kind is having lots of trouble surviving in the wild, and because of that, they're very rare. So zoos work together to make sure that those individuals are taken care of and that the species can survive. You may also find animals in zoos that are former pets, that their owners could no longer take care of. So parrots and tortoises are pretty common examples of these. Or you may find animals in zoos that used to be living in the wild but needed to be rescued. For example, the mountain lions, Coloma, Toro, and Silverado that live at the Oakland Zoo, they were found as kittens with no mom, very skinny, very hungry, and too young to be able to hunt for themselves. So we made the decision that we would take them in and care for them. Wow, what a great set of submissions for this week, huh? Please keep them coming by clicking on the link in the caption below. Let your family and friends know so they can do the same. We really appreciate you watching our second installment of the Oakland Zoo at Home Ask Me Anything. We'll see you next week.